So obviously, a lot in the news right now with the Diddy case going on. Serious charges. A lot of overlap and a lot of really disturbing details about what it was like, what he was doing. There's rumors going around that Donald Trump is thinking about pardoning him preemptively. Can he pardon him?
So there's certainly that capability. So the executive branch, and especially Donald Trump himself, has all the power in the world to make a pardon for whomever he wants for whatever reason, as long as it's a federal charge. So Diddy is undergoing a trial where he's looking at both federal and state charges. So for the federal charges, he could receive a pardon from President Trump if President Trump so wanted to. But on the state charges, he could not.
So I guess we're going to see a lot of prosecutors electing, because when you get a case, you kind of get to choose. Would it be more beneficial to go the federal route? Would it be more beneficial to go the state route? I guess a lot of prosecutors around the country are having to ask themselves, will this person be pardoned by Donald Trump, is a real calculus that people are having to make when they're bringing charges now.
Sure. Well, and to be fair, it's a calculation that you'd have to make for any presidency, right? And you don't always know. And normally in instances like this, the president doesn't really give their hand and people don't reach out to the president until after they've been convicted, right? Because a lot of times, if you're asking for a pardon, that kind of means that you think that you're guilty. And a lot of the people, as they've been watching the Diddy trials unfold and hearing about the freak-offs and seeing the videos of him in the hotel room beating his ex-girlfriend, they think that it's pretty clear, and I think Diddy and his attorneys also feel that way. And seeing as how Trump puts himself out to be a businessman that loves to wheel and deal, they see this as an opportunity to say, look, we think that you can get a lot of both political support and popular support by helping out Diddy. And so Diddy's trying to use that to say, look, if I get convicted, I'd love to be pardoned.
Well, certainly a few years ago during the first Trump administration, there was a lot of talk about him potentially pardoning the Tiger King, to the point to where the Tiger King, is my understanding, had a limo waiting for him at one point. Of course, that pardon never came for the Tiger King. Trump does have an affinity for pardoning celebrities. He recently issued a pardon for Mel Gibson so he could get his gun rights back. There's all these reporting about pardons for cash, law firms saying that, for a certain amount of money, they can lobby the president for a pardon. He has a czar of pardons that is allocating these pardons. We did some reporting a few weeks ago regarding the amount of restitution that has been lost, but he is pardoning in a way that we've not seen other presidents.
That's right. Well, it's also allowing access to himself that other presidents haven't done. Think about his meme coin, where if you are one of the top, 200 individuals that pay into his meme coin, then he will have a private dinner with you where you have access to the president of the United States because you have this money. If Diddy or one of his friends decides to make a payment and be one of the top 200 individuals invested in that meme coin, they can go. They can go and talk to the president and really try to influence his opinion on things. And so the way that President Trump allows access to himself and the way that he likes to politicize pardons certainly means that this isn't completely out of the realm of possibility.
Well, I'm sure if he goes, he'll wear a MAGA hat and some Trump sneakers.
Yeah, absolutely.